You're online, please start.
Hello everyone, welcome to another demo pitching session. Today we have Martin and Johan. I hope that I pronounced it correctly. Demo pitch sessions are for you to be 100% ready to pitch to institutional investors on our online roadshow. As Danila always mentions, timing is key. Our format is of 5 minutes. In the demo, we will let you go a little bit over. A very important thing, what we're going to be paying attention to is the structure of the presentation. And afterwards, we are going to ask you questions and give you feedback relative to your pitching. So who would like to start? Maybe Martin? Would you like to be first? You're not mute anymore.
Good. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Now let me share the screen. Share screen. Share screen. Okay, can I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, we put my timer. This is the headphone. Okay, hello. So I am Martin and I will present Smart Credit. It's a peer-to-peer crypto lending platform. Now, before we start, let me introduce our team. So it's me. So I worked 10 years for Credit Suisse in Zurich as a VP, Vice President. Okay, I'm a CFA, Chartered Financial Analyst. I'm MBA. I have some other degrees, everything that you need for the banks. But before banking, I was doing some software products, which were successful, like 250K users. They're still in use. Now, my twin brother, he's the co-founder. He has as well 10 years Credit Suisse experience. He's a certified distinguished IT architect. He has as well many degrees. So practically we are banking experts. Inside out, we know the credit systems, or hobby are the monetary systems, and we created this project Smart Credit. And we have some advisors, of course, they are again with a Credit Suisse background, and they are with the background then of Bitcoin Foundation. Now, next slide. So why crypto? So we are in the financial sector. Now, financial sector does not have any innovation. It's left. Okay, SWIFT was created 1971. No innovation since then. I was born 1971. The settlement time T+3, 2 billion unbanked. So we know the numbers. So, and obviously then alternate crypto financial system has emerged. So the currencies, we know them, wallets, we know them, exchanges, and very important, lending. Now, the lending is there, yes, but let's think on this. The lending has as well some key problems, and this is on what we will focus. These are very high collateral ratios. Transferability is not there. We will go in detail a little bit. Private keys issue. Who is controlling them? The integration and the credit score. So let's look. Let's look now one by one. First problem, too high collateral requirements. If you use DeFi, if you use solutions, you're paying 400% collateral for your lending. It's quite a lot. Why is it so? The next is transferability. In fixed income, you have always like a bond-like structures that you can transfer your loans to other persons. You cannot do this in a crypto. The next one, the honeypot problem. The custodial solutions, they have very high risk concentration of assets, meaning very high risk of hacking. The honeypot. So most of crypto lending is centralized. It's the honeypots. The next, there is no API. Like everyone is going to Amazon and buying with a credit card. It's normal, but it's a credit card API. It's a credit API. But there is no this API for the crypto. And there is no credit score. Okay, and that's exactly where we enter our Smart Credit IO. That's the solution. So let me say some words what we are doing. What we are offering is a low collateral. You're not going on 400%, you have factor 2, 2.5 down. Now, there's no time to explain it, but let me give a hint. We are CFAs, the Chartered Financial Analysts, how we're doing it. The next one is transferability of credit. It's like a bond-like structure. Bond market is factor 10, okay, factor 5. 10 is fixed income, factor 5 is the bond market of a global equity. But the transferability of credit, it's not there. It's missing. So in the crypto ecosystem, control your assets. Don't have honeypots. That means non-custodial. That's what we are. The next one, the integration. Let's think again on credit card APIs. These are everywhere. We want to have this API. The next one, credit score. We have crypto credit score. So this is Smart Credit IO. And if you compare to competition, okay, it's very simplified. So we see green, that's we, the custodial solutions. They are missing these features, but they are most of the market. And DeFi is a little bit between. And we are like hybrid solution between two of them. Now, market size and growth. Now, market size, actually, I think it's bigger than 5 billion now. It should be around 15 billion. But important is the growth. It's market growth quarterly in the lending, 25 to 30%. So it's quite some growth. So quarterly. So our business model, we don't take so many fees. We take only 0.5 fee on every lending transaction. And our business model is as well, we have patents submitted for this to protect our business model, especially the transferability of the loans. Now, go-to-market is with a credit as a service API. We have the credit as a service API for the integration, for wallets, for exchanges, for payment providers. A roadmap, we wanted to launch now in April. It will be in May and we will go live. Okay, here's our ask. Our previous funding, 250K. The next round, what we want to do is 500K and then to move forward. So that's it. Then thank you for listening. Join the revolution. Contact me and look on our channels. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Martin. That was actually a great presentation. Have you pitched with us before? Have you done a demo before this?
No, not yet.
Oh, that's.
Hello.
Within the 5 minutes. Yours was almost exactly 5 minutes.
I have a timer running here, so it's easy to look on the timer and slides. Like if I don't have timer, I will speak 1 hour, so I have to put the timer.
Yeah. That's the problem that most of the projects face, because it's difficult. It's actually harder to cut information than adding more. That's always a problem.
Okay, questions. Ask me some questions. We'll be happy to explain.
Okay. Well, the one personal question that I have is still compared to the competitors. So what do you do differently, and why is nobody else, for example, doing that?
Oh, very good. Let's start with this collateral ratio. Now, collateral standard is a 400 now, and people are paying it. People are happy to give 400 collateral to lend 100. Now, we are CFAs. We are chartered financial analysts. We have been working in a bank, and we actually delivered 2 credit systems for Credit Suisse already in the past, but these are huge systems. Now, credit risk management is not one-dimensional, that you just take collateral. Credit risk management is a combination of multiple parameters. The other platforms are missing these parameters. They just have one parameter, collateral, that's it. And there is a fixed this liquidation ratio, that's it. Very simple. These are technocratic platforms which don't have so many concepts which have been there in fixed income, like traditional markets, like hundreds of years, a little bit longer. So we look technocratic projects versus projects which are like, let's call it a little bit CFA driven. So that's the difference. But we are doing differently. Like, okay, I can go into CFA stuff, how we bring down the collateral. Let me give you some hints. Like if you make a variable loans, these are unlimited loans. Of course, you need a little bit more collateral. If you need fixed term loans, you need less collateral. We're using loss provision funds to bring down the collateral things. We're doing dynamic collateral calculations, so some CFA formulas again. I think these are the keys. Then the credit score, we're doing credit scoring, so separate good and bad loans. Like it's like taking traditional finance concepts and you put them just on the blockchain, not like a technocratic, we have collateral and that's all. Now, the thing is as well, because the credit score is missing in all the solutions, the credit score is missing, you have to treat every loan as the worst one, because you never know who will fail. So you have to calculate on every loan, everyone can fail. So, and then you get to this 400% collateral. But we say it's the borrower's market, it's not the lender's market. There is enough supply, you need a borrower demand. Now, if you create a system where you have borrowers, because they have benefits, borrower come to you. So it's not lending, it's borrowing that is the key. That's
Okay.
why I focus so much on the borrowing side.
Okay. Great. Is it already live, your product?
Oh, okay. Okay, on our website you can access it via the pilot. You can register. It's at the moment in the Ethereum testnet, and now just we wanted to switch it now. The productive net in April will be May, so the switch on.
Okay. Well, in terms of the presentation, I think it was great. You obviously made it. You made it on time and made it exactly 5 minutes. That's something that not everybody can do on their first demo pitch. And I really like the slides. Very minimalistic, very easy to understand, especially.
Losing the voice.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. As I was saying, I really loved the slides. They were really simple, really easy to understand, even though it's pretty difficult concepts that you explain. What I would probably do is add a few sections. For example, when you're going to launch, I would add obviously financials, or you said yourself you're a CFA. Some projections would be also nice. If you're pitching to investors, also mention how much you would like to raise.
But we have this slide. I just went too fast. We have 500K
Yeah.
next round, but maybe more focus on the slide. You mean this thing?
Yeah. And also, maybe.
Okay, losing the voice again.
I was just gonna suggest for you to maybe cut the number of slides a little bit, just because 24 slides, I believe, in 5 minutes, that is
Compress a little bit.
like 20 seconds per slide, and that's very, very quick. And sometimes people do not focus enough on the slide, and you go already with the next one.
It gets sleepy.
Yeah, and I think this is the main thing. Probably when you talk about the problems, I like that you take them individually, but maybe that
solution, I can compress it. Yes, problem, more focus, because it's crypto lending. People don't know what the problem is. They think it works nicely. We say, yes, it works, but the solution, we can, yes, put it a little bit more together. We don't need 5 slides for solution. We can do it with 2 slides.
Yeah. And I will pass it to Sergey, but I just wanted to say that I really liked also the way you presented orally. It was really engaging, and obviously it really shows that you know a lot about the matter, and it really shows the excitement. So that is not something that is.
I can't lose the voice.
Sergey, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, thanks, Maxim, and thanks a lot, Martin. I really liked your pitch, and it's like in my view, it's very clear, very brief, very clear. The introduction of the problem solution and the business model is all very short, so not many words, all very graphic. It's really cool, and I would just add one point on the slide where you mentioned your fundraising goals. It's also very clear about the goals. But what I should suggest to mention is the offer to investors. So is it in exchange to equity, which percentage, or is it tokens or both? And if tokens, tokenomics, that would really help to get the full picture and to ask more focused questions. So I think that's the only one point that I would add, and Maxim mentioned everything else, I think, also in full.
Got it?
Thank you, Martin.
Thanks a lot, Martin. Thank you.
Thank you.
Real pleasure.
So will I stay on channel, or
yes,
please
feel free. Yeah, feel free. Yeah, stay on the call.
Johan, you're next. Are you ready to pitch and show your screen? You're muted. So unmute yourself before you start the pitch.
So I will do it without video. It's okay for you? or if you like, I will do it with video. So there we start. We go.
Sure.
I put also my counter on. So my name is Johan Koberg. I'm the founder and the managing director of BiometriC, which is a UK company. We are BiometriC is a biometric security platform that is being ordered in. Oh, sorry, I lost my words. Being founded in 2016, we have more than 20 years biometric experience. We won 2 awards. The first one is the CSAM Awards for the best cybersecurity solution in France, and 2 weeks later we had the FinTech Award, the silver one, for in London for the best biometric solution. Now today, cybersecurity, what is on the market? We've got passwords, we've got SSL, we've got tokens, two-factor authentication, but still today there are more than $100 billion stolen on the internet. So here we come in with our biometric password. We call it a one-time password, which means we create a hash from a fingerprint, from a face or a voice, which is unhackable and cannot be re-engineered. That hash is sent to the server in the registration process. From the moment the same user wants to accreditate or approve a transaction or going online, we ask again with the same way it has been registered, the fingerprint, face, or voice. It is a new one-time password, biometric key, a hash, and is compared on the server that that person is a real person or not the real person. Okay, now we're going much further than that. That we have already developed, and our goal is in our challenge is to go to a level 4 in cybersecurity. Level 4 is the highest security, and that we can do thanks to the blockchain. And how it goes. We gave it the code name yobi, which stands for yobi, your biometrics. And we're going to dive really into the blockchain, but it's never done before. With the same hash that we created with BiometriC, we cut it in 2 parts. The one is the private one, and the other one is the public one. The private one, we stored it in a private blockchain that we still need to develop. And the public one becomes, in fact, your wallet. It's your address wallet that being connected to any other existing public blockchain. So how it goes, you got 2 parties for the A and B. Their wallet is their biometric public key, and they can discuss to it. You can send transactions or assets, but they only can improve from both sides with their biometric private key, which is also stored in the private blockchain. Our revenue model is our 3 parts. The one is the number of users in the database. It's a one-time fee because there are algorithms behind. The other one is pay per transaction, which is the most important one. And there is a small one, the integration cost, if we're going for a bank or other customer who won't need to help to integrate it. These are statistics, and I'm not going to in details, but I can bring you the full figure. There are about 900,500 trillion transactions per year. And we, in our assumptions, if we got 0.01% for that market, and we ask, because I saw that Martin takes $0.20 for a transaction, we take $0.02, we come to a figure about $19 billion turnover. We got our strategic model roadmap, in fact, of 4 parts, 4 Qs. The first one is to create our private blockchain. We integrated with our existing BiometriC platform. Then we go to beta testing, and a very important one, the legal part. We want to get an accreditation of the Security Exchange Commission that we are applying with the Know Your Customer and money laundering. Then later we're going to launch it, and at the end, create a worldwide presence. We are not a token, we are not a cryptocurrency, but we have all the ingredients to become a stable coin, which we should check with experts if it's possible or not. Our team, yeah, we're old school guys. We're almost over the 40 years old, so a lot of experience. We raised already 270K where we developed, in fact, BiometriC. We got 1 important MOU signed. We got 6 blockchainics. Blockchainics are for us companies who have, like Martin, a blockchain project or an application and want to secure it. And we're now, thanks to COVID, sorry for COVID, but 2 bank leads, so we're in discussion. What we're looking for is €2 million where we give equity. The equity, because we already received some propositions, can be sweat equity, apparently, which means development can be done. We accept also sequential funding, so not it hasn't as does not have to come in one part. And the fact that we're in the UK, there is a possibility for a tax relief if the investor is in the United Kingdom. So hereby I thank you, and we have also a website that explains more about yobi. Up, there we go, finished.
Thank you, Johan. Oh,
10 seconds. Too fast. Too slow.
another project that really makes it within the time limit, makes us really proud.
Thanks to you, Maxim.
Especially of the, because we saw your presentation before, and I remember, and the improvement is really visible, and that is great to see. Great slides, very pleasant to the eye. Timing is great, as I mentioned. You mentioned all of, probably you followed the structure really well. Probably one thing missing is competitors, and I understand that you know, a lot of projects in the space, in the blockchain in general, they're very new, and they believe that they do not have any competitors, but still we encourage projects to show who are the closest competitors to you, and show how you're better, what features. That's really the way for you to show that, you know, you are different, you are in the market because you have these features that they don't have, and you're there to stay. So that's something that I would add, even though you don't have direct competitors who do exactly the same thing. Just something, you know, even just mention companies that work in the you know, cybersecurity sphere. They don't even have to do anything with blockchain if, for example, they don't.
Yeah, okay.
Just anything that is remotely similar, I would put, and show how you're better. Except for that, really good presentation, really good slides, not too crowded. I like the transitions. It's really easy to follow the slides, and it's really explanatory what you comments. I mean, I think you would be ready to actually pitch to the investors, and yeah, it's a great presentation. Maybe Sergey has something to add.
Thank you, Maxim, and thank you, Johan. Yeah, also I also see the massive improvement, and thank you for the presentation. So I would say also that I think it took a bit of more time that probably you could have done on the introduction and the problem. I think you could compress it a little bit and extend a little bit on the competition, as Maxim mentioned, because it helped. Yeah, because it helps people to grab attention to notice that.
Okay.
And in this version, I think it's kind of it sort of goes quick, and people skip it, and they don't catch it doesn't catch their attention. So if you put the explicitly the points why you stand out of the competition, you may key points and really compare it to what exists or what could potentially exist in a couple of years of competition.
Okay.
So that will really help them to remember this and to pay attention to this while watching it online or in the recorded mode too. So, and also as I also mentioned to Martin, we would advise you to put more details on the offer to the investors, so they not only see the required capital, but also what the required capital, which percentage of equity, more details on that, and also it would be also good to mention why the equity, why the equity is going to be growing, so to show the financials, and justification, some projections at least. So why it's going to grow in value, that's very important also. Another one of the decision-making points.
5 minutes, Sergey. 5 minutes is
yeah. I know. Just the basic points. Yeah, just the basic
no.
points.
So what I understood is okay. First of all, competition part, that is okay. We'll do that even if we have done competition. And surely in yobi, it's a unicorn. It doesn't exist, huh? So that's one thing. We're not
Yes.
copying something that already exists. Secondly, so compress the first part to get more time to do the competition part, and then of course, this way our market, we don't mention our market, and I can mention it, of course, and it's okay. If I pass 10 seconds or 15 seconds, I don't think it's a drama. Huh?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Okay, so
it's okay, absolutely fine. Yeah.
Okay.
And also, please bear in mind that first you present online, people watch it online, and second, it's recorded. So after being online, it's going to be put in your project page, and people can still see it, or other investors can still see it. And if you mention the numbers, they can pause it and look at it more carefully, but it's important to mention it.
Okay,
So,
good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, very good. Okay.
Do you,
Thank you.
Johan, Martin, do you have any questions for us? Or we can conclude our pitching session for...
Maybe just for understanding, what's next?
What's next? Your dedicated LA token manager will contact you, will provide you some more feedback in written form, and will inform you on the next steps.
Sounds good.
Good. Bye.
Great.
Bye.
Thank you so much for joining.
Thanks a lot, Johan, Martin. Yeah.
Yes.
Спасибо, ребята.
And stay safe.
Yeah.
До свидания.